Last week we started talking about the 5 stars coming to Honkai Star Rail. And I'm so excited, guys. As of the recording of this video, we are so close to Honkai Star Rail. I'm so excited. So excited. We're so close. But that's not what we're here. We're not here to talk about my excitement. We're here to talk about a 5 star. Now, what 5 star are we talking about exactly? We are here to talk about the fire 5-star character known as Himeko. Now, for those of you who have been playing Hoyoverse games for a long time, Himeko also appeared in Honkai Impact 3rd. I'm not going to spoil exactly what happens with her, but it's very strange to see her in Honkai Star Rail. That's about as much of a hint as you're going to get. But yes, today we're here to talk about the standard banner, and we have so many 5 stars to talk about, and the second one we're going to talk about is Himeko. Now, before we get into that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out. And of course, leave a comment. We'd love to hear you guys' opinions. But without any further delay, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, of course, as you see here, we do have Himeko. Yes. Oh, let me do that real quick. My apologies, guys. But yes, we do have Himeko. And Himeko here is actually pretty sick. From what I'm seeing, she's about average. She looks like, obviously, and this is going to be really weird to compare her to this, but it looks like she's going to have about the same hype as D-Luke when you know, Genshin Impact started. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about her, right? So pretty standard on the Saw Blade tuning. She's going to be dealing some fire damage, which is pretty normal. Well, normal for her. But let's go ahead and talk about the skill. Molten Detonation. Deals fire damage equal to 100, 200, 220% of Himeko's attack of a single enemy. Fire damage equal to 40, 80, 88% of Himeko's attack to any adjacent enemies. So this is what we were talking about before, and I keep on forgetting to talk about it right out the gate, but she is part of the Erudition path, which the Erudition path, as you can see right here, characters of this path have exceptional multi-target AoE damage, use their abilities at the right time to turn the tide of battle. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, as we go back down, Heavenly Flare, which is her ultimate, deals fire damage equal to 132, 220, and 237% of Himeko's attack to all enemies. Additionally, Himeko regenerates 10 energy for each enemy defeated. So this is going to be the type of ultimate that you want to save until, like, I would say at least 2 or 3 enemies are ready to go down, because getting that energy back is fantastic, and you're going to want to get as much of that back as quickly as possible. Now, Talent Victory Rush. When an enemy's weakness is broken, Himeko gains a stack of charge, max 3 stacks. If Himeko is fully charged, deals fire damage equal to 68, 136, 149 of Himeko's attack to all enemies after an ally performs an attack and consumes all charges. Gains 1 stack of charge at the beginning of battle. So she automatically gets a charge, and these stacks of charges will actually deal damage on all enemies, which is really good. She's going to be mainly just that AoE fire user, so that's good. Now, Incomplete Combustion. After using Himeko's technique, use a satellite beam to create a burning zone that lasts for 15 seconds. When entering the battle in the burning zone, there is a 100% base chance to increase fire damage taken by enemies by 10% for 2 turns. So you're basically doing more fire damage to those enemies, or you're taking more damage by those fire enemies. That's weird. Why would that be? When entering battle in the burning zone, there is a 100% base chance to increase fire damage taken. Oh no, taken by it. Wait. I'm so confused by that. It's worded weirdly, but I think enemies take 10% more fire damage. So let's just go with that. Now let's talk about the major traces. Major trace 1, Starfire. Basic attack has an 80% chance to burn enemies for 3 turns. When inflicted with burn, enemies receive 5 DOT damage equal to, or fire DOT damage equal to 30% of Himeko's basic attack damage at the start of turn. So really, you want to focus on boosting your attack power as much as possible, and that's pretty normal for DPSs, so that's a given. Magma. Skill deals 20% more damage to enemies currently inflicted with burn. So that's great because, again, you're rocking Himeko as your DPS. She's going to be inflicting that burn. You want to keep that up. And then, of course, the standard, the third major trace. When Himiko's HP is at 80% of the max HP or higher, crit rate increased by 15%. So there's that. You don't have to worry about crit rate too much, which is fantastic. Now, Eidolons. Again, we're not going to talk about Poised or Aspiration, the 3 and 5, because those are just talent increases. My childhood, Eidolon 1. After Victory Rush is triggered, Himiko's speed increases by 20% for 2 turns. That's amazing. That's extra speed I will take, because speed is going to be important in a turn-based combat. Now, Convergence. Deals 15% more damage to enemies and HP with HP values equal to 50% of their max HP or less. That's pretty freaking good. That's going to be a good chunk of damage. Like just in general, 50%, it looks like a small number, but honestly, 50% extra damage is going to be crucial for you. Eidolon level 4, Dedication. When her skill breaks an enemy's weakness, Himeko additionally gains 1 stack of charge. So if you break weakness, you gain that stack of charge that we talked about in the Victory Rush. So that's really, really big. And then, of course, Trailblaze, the Eidolon 6. Himiko's ultimate hits 2 more times, with each additional hit dealing damage equal to 40% of her ultimate damage to a random enemy. That's pretty freaking big. 2 extra, like, ultimates right there? Oh my god. That's actually, in my opinion, like, pretty busted. If I'm reading that correctly, it's the ultimate plus additional. With each additional hit deal... Oh, no, never mind. So, it's only 40% of the damage. But that's still really good. Like, that's extra damage. You're hitting 2 more times extra. Now, of course, what we talked about... excuse me. What we talked about before with relic sets. We're looking for something for a damage dealer like Himeko. We're probably looking at a fire damage thing. So, we're looking at Fire Smith of Lava Forging. 2-piece increases fire damage by 10%. 4-piece increases the wearer's skill damage by 12%. After unleashing an ultimate, increase the wearer's fire damage by 12% for the next attack. It's pretty basic, but it works really, really well for Himeko because Himeko is going to be that fire DPS. Now let's go ahead and talk about, of course, these awesome little things that I like to call light cones. Light cone right here, this is Himiko's Knight of the Milky Way. For every enemy on the field, increase the wearer's attack by 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16 up to 5 times. When an enemy is inflicted with weakness break, the wearer's damage increases by 24, 30, 36, 42, and 48%, which is good. You could even use Before Dawn, which increases the wearer's crit damage by 32, 40, 48, 56, and 64%. Increases the wearer's skill and ultimate damage by 20, 25, 30, 35, 40%, which is great because if you want to increase your damage even more with your ultimate, if you have her Eidolon 6, there you go. After the wearer uses their skill and ultimate, they gain Sumnus Corpus. Upon triggering the follow-up attack, Sumnus Corpus will be consumed and the follow-up attack damage increased will be 48, 60, 72, 84, and 96%, depending on how many of that light cone you have into it. If you don't want to go with the 5-star, you could always find a 4-star alternate. Honestly, I think you could really use any of these. I think Birth of the Self is probably not going to be your best bet. Because it's going to be focusing on HP of your enemies, which actually could be a little bit of a bonus for you because you do operate with a certain ability that reflects on the HP of the opposing team, so that kind of works out. I would say, if anything, if I'm looking at this, I would say probably the Seriousness of Breakfast increases the wearer's damage by 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24%. For every defeated enemy, the wearer's attack increases by 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8%, stacking up to 4 times. And since you're focusing on her being that AoE DPS, destroying so many of the enemy, you can't really go wrong with it, in my personal opinion. Now, Himeko is probably not going to be the standard banner unit that I'm going to go for, and we'll get into a couple of the standard banner units that I'm going to be pulling for at the very least, or hoping to pull for the free tickets that we're getting. But I digress. Himeko's still good. I think Himeko is one of those ones where if you like fire damage, pair up with the freaking Fire Traveler or not Traveler, Fire Trailblazer. And you've got yourself good. Plus an Asta as your support, you've got a great fire team. So Himiko's gonna be great. Now, of course, guys, if you like the content, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out. Guys, we're so close to the game, I can taste it. Special shout out to Stray here. He's the one who made the lo-fi mix that you hear in the background. His link's in the description. Go check him out. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it. Love you guys to death. And as always, we will catch you guys in the next video. Please take care and be safe, y'all.